Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gaming News Weekly for April 7th through April 13th, 2019. This week, first of all, I know I'm a couple weeks late, but nevertheless, here I am. So, in this particular week, the big major stories were the accessibility debate rages on. PSN PlayStation finally announces that you can change your PSN ID after many years of gamers asking for this. However, there are some catches. Jedi Fallen Order is finally announced. Well, no, it's been announced for some time, but it has finally gotten a release date and a trailer, and it looks pretty cool. And there's some Borderlands updates as well, so that's where we're at this week. So let's start with the accessibility debate. So should games be more accessible to everyone? Yes, I totally agree that games should be more accessible to everyone. However, I do believe that they should be more accessible to everyone in the regard that, I want everyone to be able to play games. However, I don't want a game developer's artistic integrity to be compromised for the sake of everyone being able to play their game. And the big game that is on top of this, that is sort of the front runner in this accessibility debate, is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. It is an incredibly difficult game. I'm not that far into it, but it's pretty difficult. But it's a From Software game. Okay, these games are notorious for being difficult. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, and now Sekiro. Now the question is, should these developers start adding in easier modes for people so that everyone can play them? I don't. If a developer wants to put an easier mode in, then go right for it. But I don't want that. Like I said, I don't want that to completely compromise the artistic integrity and the vision that game developers want for their game. And many developers also weighed in on this situation too. So as far as other game developers weighing in on this debate, one developer, Cory Barlog, the game director for God of War, tweeted, "Accessibility has never and will never be a compromise to my vision." And he goes on to say, "To me, accessibility does not exist in consideration to anyone's creative vision, but rather it is an essential aspect of any experience you wish to be enjoyed by the greatest number of humans as possible." He continues to say, "Something can be both difficult and have a good suite of accessibility issues. I believe my take after only one conversation with him, Miyazaki's games are about sorry, I apologize, butchering names here, are about creating a strong meaning and weight to everything you find, not being difficult for the sake of being difficult. Accessible features do not equal easy mode. Challenge, even extreme challenge, can coexist with options to allow gamers different from you to play the same game with the same level of challenge." So that's just kind of what Cory Barlog had to say about the issue. Sekiro has brought up a lot of interesting conversations about accessibility, but like other people are saying, I don't want it to, compromise an artistic vision of the game. I know, I've been repeating myself a lot. Moving on. So, also this week, PSN Name Changes. Okay, this is something, like I said, this is something that people have been wanting for a long time now. However, there are some catches here. Every game released after April 1st, 2018 are all okay with these name changes. However, all PS3 and Vita games will not support the change. They will retain your it's my understanding that they will retain your initial PlayStation ID. Now, there are 3 categories in which it wasn't perfect at when Sony rolled out this update. It wasn't perfect, and I think they're still trying to work out some of the bugs. However, at the time, what it says here, there are 3 categories in which games work, semi-work, don't work at all. There's games with no known issues, games with issues identified, and games with critical issues. So naturally, games with no issues, all good. Support the name change, all good. Games with issues identified means that like the games on this list, they might have some bugs, but they're not game breaking. You should be able to play them just fine. As of now, I have not read the entire list. I only know kind of some of the only one game stuck out to me amongst these, and that was Bloodborne, and that falls under games with issues identified. If you want a more detailed list and rules on how to do the name change and what to expect, I highly recommend going to the website. I will post a link to it in the description of this video. And then games with critical issues that like it's like there's probably game breaking issues such as like trophies lost, and save losses. So definitely check that list. So next on the list is Jedi Fallen Order. So this game was teased it wasn't really teased, it was semi-announced at E3 last year in 2018. And it's kind of been keeping a sort of low profile. And, this week it was finally announced that it's got a release date for November 15th, 2019. So expect it this holiday season. And the Star Wars EA account on Twitter posted something interesting. So the EA Star Wars tweet posted this, or the EA Star Wars Twitter posted this tweet, and it says, "No microtransactions, no loot boxes, and no, we won't be adding them. A single-player Star Wars story for those of you who are ready to become a Jedi." I found this tweet to be, I don't know, it wasn't necessarily insulting, but it was just really funny in a stupid way. And it just got me thinking that EA is completely aware of what they're doing in regards to putting in loot boxes and microtransactions, all these other kind of pay-to-win sort of tactics. They're well aware of it, and yet they still keep doing it, and they know that it's pissing people off. And I just think it's really funny that they tweeted this. They should not have tweeted this. They should have just said, "A single-player Star Wars story for those who are ready to become a Jedi." That's all they should have said, because in my mind, they're admitting that they're doing something that's messed up and that people don't like. They should just let it go. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic about this game. I think it has the potential to be really good or really bad. With EA's track record lately, let's hope that it's good, because we all need a new Star Wars game that's really dope, that you get to run around with a lightsaber. The last game that you got to do that, that was fairly satisfying was Star Wars The Force Unleashed back in the day. So Borderlands is again in the news, and so this week after the announcement that Borderlands 3 was going to be a Epic Games exclusive on the PC, a lot of PC gamers were outraged at the fact that it won't be on Steam, and at least it won't be on Steam for 6 months. Epic Games has a exclusivity for 6 months. So other gamers were going onto Steam and giving all past Borderlands games bad reviews in order to bring their scores down as a way to get back at Gearbox and 2K for making Borderlands 3 Epic exclusive. So the head of Gearbox, Randy Pitchford, got on Twitter and warned review bombers that if it continues, he would reconsider Gearbox games being published on Steam. So Randy Pitchford got on Twitter and said, ironically, that this misuse is possible and that Steam has no interest in correcting this misuse makes me kind of happy about 2K's decision and makes me want to reconsider Gearbox Publishing's current posture on the platform. That has to do with Steam, and at the time, Steam was not doing anything about the review bombing. However, it is my understanding that since then, Steam has started flagging certain reviews as review bombings to where they don't affect the overall score of past Borderlands titles. Continuing on with Borderlands, so another thing that kind of happened this week was so in Telltale Games' Tales of the Borderlands, Troy Baker played the part of Reese, and in the trailer for Borderlands 3, Reese is seen. However, Troy Baker went on record to say that he was never asked to return as the role of Reese and would not be returning, but would have liked to. However, Randy Pitchford went on to claim that he was approached and that Troy Baker did turn down the role. So I am curious to see what will happen about that. There has been some back and forth. I know that Troy Baker wants to do it. Let's hope that maybe it'll happen. However, Randy Pitchford has said that Reese's role, that once you see Reese's role in Borderlands 3, the change of voice will not really matter. So we will have to wait and see how that turns out in the future. So some final thoughts, and this is in regards to the accessibility debate, and that is gaming should be for everyone. I love gaming, and I love introducing people to new games and all this other stuff. And I want developers to make games for everybody. However, I do believe that some games should be for some people. Some games should be, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of contradicting myself here. It's hard to, I'm kind of in the middle ground of this whole accessibility debate, because there are definitely, I definitely want games that will give me a challenge, and I want games that will challenge everybody, but I also want games to be able to enjoy. I want people to be able to enjoy it. I don't know. I'm getting ahead of myself. Whatever. I'll shut up now. Okay, so this has been Gaming News Weekly for April 7th through April 13th, 2019. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a little all over the place, but I am slowly but surely figuring out how I want to format these, and as I continue to do these, they will get better. And if there's any suggestions that you have, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And please, if you like what you saw here, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Instagram at Lamp Party Entertainment. Twitter at LP Entertain. And I will see you all next week. Have a nice day. Enjoy your week, and happy gaming.